We're here at SNW 2011 in Orlando, Florida. I'm here with Lauren Whitehouse, Data Protection Senior Analyst at Enterprise Strategy Group. We're going to ask her a couple questions about our two breakout sessions today. So Lauren, I know this morning you presented on deduplication. For those viewers that weren't able to make the show, can you give us a highlight of what you covered in your session?
Yeah, so first of all, I think the session was very well attended, which was kind of surprising to me because deduplication isn't a new topic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been out there for a couple of years, but there's obviously a lot of people that still want to learn how the technology is evolving. I had asked in the beginning of the session how many people were actually using the technology, and I think almost every hand in the audience went up. So, I think that just shows that the technology is getting a lot more mature, but people are still curious about what's next. And hopefully I address that in my session when I talk about how it's evolving and, sort of where we think we're going to be in about 2 or 3 years.
And where do you think that is in 2 or 3 years with deduplication?
There's just so many more choices. So, just a couple of years ago, deduplication was implemented in just some appliances, target appliances, and the big discussion was around inline versus post-process, And now when you look at the number of solutions that are available, hardware, software, primary storage, backup storage, to the cloud, there's just so many different things that have to be evaluated. It's confusing.
Yeah. And so we're in Q4 right now, obviously, of 2011. We're moving on to 2012 around the corner. Where do you think deduplication technologies will fall in line with budgets for 2012?
It's interesting because when we did ESG's annual spending survey 2 years ago, data reduction technologies was like, number 2 or 3 in the list. And it kind of dropped down to like number 5 or 6, just this year, 2011. So I'm almost wondering if there aren't things that are becoming higher priorities for companies. It's maybe the newness of it and the hype kind of wore off a little bit. But it's still in the top 10. I think it's still going to be in the top 10.
Okay, it'll be interesting to see in January when we conduct our research to see how it falls in line.
Well, I think the biggest complaints that companies have is that data growth is not stopping. Everybody, it's a continuous pain point for everyone. So I think it's going to continue to be a high priority just in the face of how do I deal with all this data that I have to manage. But maybe other things like virtualization, cloud, and security are kind of, going up in the pecking order.
Makes sense.